Hello and welcome to my channel On the Hook Crochet, where we talk about wearable crochet style. And today let's find out what's on the hook. Well, today is Wednesday and I hope that you're having a wonderful week. You look amazing. I like to give people compliments, and so receive that compliment. You look amazing, and I hope you had a wonderful crafty weekend and are working toward the end of this week, and that you'll have another crafty weekend. So I hope you're having a good day. I am having a wonderful day. Mr. On the Hook has already fixed lunch, and I'm here to talk to you a little bit about wearable crochet. Now, one little piece of it is not wearable crochet, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. But first of all, if you noticed on my thumbnail that you clicked on to watch this video, I said, is it too early for hats? And I don't think it is. I think it's time to start thinking about crocheting hats for Christmas. You don't have to, but of course, it's easy and fun to crochet a hat for Christmas. I made 2 hats this week, and I've come up with a pattern that's very, very easy, very fast, very easy to make. It's no decreases or increases, and you can make this hat in no time. I made them watching TV because there's no specialty stitches or anything, so you don't have to worry about that. And they look very beautiful because I made them from a yarn that is an interesting to look at yarn, and this is what the yarn looks like. I showed this a couple of weeks ago on my channel as an acquisition. This is Lion Brand Mandala Impressions. Mandala Impressions, and it's a size 5 weight yarn. It's very easy to crochet with, and you can use a large hook. I used an N and an O and a P hook to make these 2 hats, and I'll show you the hats in just a second. But that's one of the hats I made, and let me get the colorway for you. That one is Nightfall, and it's mostly gray. There's a tiny little bit of brown in there, as you can see. It's very pretty made up, and I'll show you that in a second. Now that's Nightfall. I also made one, as I said I was going to do, believe it or not. I made one out of this colorway is Lakeside, and it's the blue and gray, very pretty. Look at that. It's just beautiful. I love that. It's so pretty. That blue in there really hits the spot. And I made this one with a larger hook than I made this one. This one and this one. Now I had a lot less yarn in this color in Nightfall than I did in Lakeside. So I'll show you the 2 mannequins that I'm using to show these hats. I didn't want to put a hat on because I just had my hair cut and colored, and I didn't really want to drag a hat over it, so I'm not wearing the hats. But I do have 2 sweet little mannequin girls, where are they, over here, that I can show you the hats on. So let's go and take a look. Now I have been working on some winter hats. I wanted to show you these. These are extremely easy to make, and I'm going to put the pattern out for y'all. It's not difficult at all to make, but I used this crochet hook for this particular hat right here. This is an MN 9.0 millimeter clover crochet hook, and there it is. That's the size that I use. This is a number 5 bulky yarn, as I said. Very easy pattern to make, and I'll tell you how to take your measurements to get the right fit for these. Now, as you can see on my sweet little mannequins here, they're almost too big. They're a little bit large. So the thing about that is that I made them to fit my head. I made this one with a 9 millimeter hook and this one with a 10 millimeter hook, and this is the one I used. This is the purple clover. It's a 10 millimeter hook, and I believe it's called an NP. N as in Nancy, NP. And those are the 2. This is a little bit larger in, as far as the stitches go, than this one. And I also made this one a little bit longer so that I would have a pretty good flip up here on the front. Now actually these are probably about the same size, but I like to flip this up, and I also put an edging around the top of this one so it wouldn't be a raw edge like this. But Mr. On the Hook really liked this one, so I'll just leave it like it is. This one has almost no slouch. It's just a little bit puffy, and you could put one of those pom-poms on it, but I don't really like those, but you could certainly do that. And on a children's hat, I probably would, but not on mine. And this one has quite a bit of slouch in the back. See the slouch right there? And it lays down very nicely because I used a large hook on this. So that's a little bit about the hats. And is it time for hats? I think so. I'm going to start making a few for Christmas presents. So there they go. I hope you liked that. It was just a little close-up of the 2 hats that I made this week. I'm just thinking out loud for now. I'm thinking about wintertime now that it's gotten hot. I'm thinking about wintertime. But the next hat that I would like to make out of that pattern is the Aran Fashion. This is King Cole. I think it's called Fashion Aran. It's a size 4 weight. And this is Red Currant. Red Currant is the name of the colorway. I'll show it to you because it's a little bit hard to spell. Right there, Red Currant. Oh, I'll never get used to this camera. There it is, Red Currant. And I bought this a couple of years ago, but I noticed that they had it on their website. They do have the Red Currant. And then last time I went out there, they were out of it. So it's a big seller, I think, because of the beautiful colors that are in this. It's a mixture of black and dark gray and some of this kind of almost like not even a rust color. It's just a beautiful, beautiful color there. Color of currant, which is probably what that is. And I made actually a weekender out of this. If you remember my weekender pattern, it's a long cardigan. And I'll scoot over and you can see it. There's one hanging right there. This is the weekender, and I'll just stand over here and show it to you. This is the weekender. It's a big cardigan. It has a big slit up the side. It's so beautiful on, and then that yarn, it turned out so nicely. Look at that, how beautiful that is. It's just beautiful. Get that up there where you can see it. So gorgeous. And that is the King Cole Aran yarn. As you can see, it's a multicolor yarn, or it's a shaded yarn. And I made this with Scarfy by Lion Brand, and it turned out really nice too. This is also a little bit shorter than the other one. This one comes up right about to my knee. The other one is a little bit below my knee. And I made them both basically the same way. For winter time, they're not for summertime. But I don't know why I'm thinking about winter so much. I guess because I have so much yarn around me. I'm thinking about what am I going to wear this winter that's going to be different, that's going to be warm. And I have a whole skein of this. This is 70% acrylic, 30% wool, made in Turkey. It's distributed in England, but they do have it here in the States. You don't have to pay a huge shipping for it or anything. It's by King Cole. There's the brand right there. As you can see, I've had this in my stash for a while. I bought 4 of these and I gave one away. I made the Highlander with one, and I made something else with it. I can't remember, but anyway, I'm going to make a hat out of this using my pattern because this is a size 4 yarn. I've already started it. Here we go. This is what it looks like. So we'll see what that looks like maybe next week or the week after. I'll get started on that. So is it too early for hats? I'm going to answer that. No, it's not too early for hats. Well, this is a look at Millie's lace. This is the second version that I made in the orange colored Vitalana by Knit Crate, which is no more, but any size 2 yarn will do for this particular sweater, and you can make it out of a 3 or even a 4 if you want to. The main thing about this is that the sleeves are crocheted right into the top, so you can make them as long as you want. You make that decision when you start making the sleeve from the underarm. It also has a beautiful lace front, and you can put this on the back as well, but I designed it so that the lace would be in the front. You can make the back just the same as the front if you want to, but it is done with a lace, very simple lace stitch using double crochet, and it's in 3 separate stripes along the front, and I'll step up so you can see that. You can also see that I'm wearing a tan colored tank top underneath so that you can't see through the sweater. But this is what the lace looks like. There's a centerpiece and then 2 on the sides. They go up and they don't interfere with the decreases for the neck. So that makes it very, very simple to make. And I've designed it so that you can make this to fit you, as all my patterns are like that. You can take your side-to-side measurement. You use that in order to chain up and make sure that you have the right size for you at that time. So let's look at Crystal, and she's wearing the original version of this Millie's lace. I've brought Crystal over so she can show you the Millie's lace sweater that I made originally in 2019, I believe it was. And I made it out of a wool and cashmere, beautiful fingering weight, number 2 weight yarn from Knit Crate. And of course, they are no more, as I said. So this actually has the longer sleeve, and the longer sleeve has the lace trim along the bottom. You can see that through my fingers there. Has a lace trim along the bottom of the sleeve, which matches the front lace. There's no lace in the back. It's made just plain. And if you have a patterned yarn, you can use this. I prefer a solid color for the lace because you can see it better. But this is pretty. You can wear a black tank under it and show off that lace, or a white tank even would show off that lace very well, because Crystal is a light color here. You can see it. You see the lace through the front of the sweater. So there you look at it. There it is. You can see it a little bit better there. But I did use the lace around the sleeves. I did not do anything special around the neck. I just made it just plain. And on this one I did some extra rows of, I believe it was single crochet. And around the sleeve I did not use the lace edging. I just used single crochet rows. You can certainly do whatever you prefer. I think that makes your sweater so unique for you, and you can make them different ways, as I've done here. So this one is not the same as the one that I have on. So there's some little tips about Millie's lace. This is the pattern. This is what it looks like on the Etsy shop, and I'll put a link down in the description box to allow you to click on that, and you can go directly to the pattern. So again, this is Millie's lace. It's my featured pattern of the week. Now, as always, I'm going to take you over to my diamond painting table, and we'll take a look at the progress I've made this week on the Salvator Mundi by Da Vinci. This is an update on my Salvator Mundi diamond painting that I'm doing, and I've had an update every single week. I'm trying to make some really good progress on this. So this is what I have so far. I've unrolled the bottom of it so you can see where I am. This is the bottom of the painting, and you can see the hand there holding the crystal. Just barely see it, and I'm sure from farther away you can see it better. And then I'm almost finished with the robe here, and I'm now working up here on the hand. So I am at this point right here. Last night I started this square, but last week I did most of this. I started here and I went all the way over to this side, and it was so exciting. I just really enjoy working on this. It's just wonderful. Heaven and Earth Designs is a really nice job with their canvases, and I am not sponsored by them at all. I just really love the way that they produce their canvases. Really nice fabric. Everything's really super nice about it, and it's like working on a Cadillac instead of a, you know, a Volkswagen or something. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it's just a little bit different. So anyway, I'm here, right here. I'm starting to work across the chest now, and I'll be working through this through the weekend. I've got some things I have to do, so I may not get as much progress done on this particular week, but just wanted to show you where I was. I also have some questions about multi-placing drills again this week, and I wanted to address that very quickly. This is what I use. Now, I have this out. This is my diamond painting pen, and I use this for every painting. It's just so lightweight, and it's very, very cheap. It came in a kit, and it's so lightweight that I really enjoy using it. I have some beautiful heavier pens, but to keep my hands from being too tired, I usually just use this. And this is the just a little cheap plastic drill pen, and I have two finger holders right there. They're soft and you can hold on to it very easily. You don't have to hold it very firmly, and it has just a regular end piece on it. And on the other end, I have a stainless multiplacer, and this is a size 7, so it'll hold 7 drills. Right here, let me get that up there. I hope you can see it. There it is. That's the stainless steel top, and if you turn it over, you'll see it has the number 7 on it, so that means you can place 7 drills with it. You can order these from Amazon. I think that came in several sizes, but the 7 is the one that I use for everything from 1 to 7 drills. Now, sometimes with a kit, you will receive these multi-placers that are plastic, like this, and there's nothing wrong with those. Right along the side here, it's a little bit thicker than the stainless steel. So when you place it onto your canvas, you have to push it up real hard against the drill on the left side. For example, if you're placing 3 drills there, you'd have to hold it very closely, and sometimes you just can't get the drill in the right spot. I've not found this to be very successful at all, but I keep them anyway. I don't throw away anything. As you can see, I've received a lot of these, but there are a couple of stainless down in there, and I got one out so I could show you. Here's one right here. This came in the set of the Amazon multi-placers. This is a number 5, and this will hold 5 drills. This would be a perfectly fine one to use, although I use 7 if I can get away with it. I'll put 7 drills on this, but on the one that I'm using now. But this one holds 5, and as you can see, it's a little bit smaller, maybe easier to manage for somebody just starting out. But I recommend that you buy the stainless steel. Just go ahead and pay $5 or $6 for them, I think, and it's well worth the money to use on your drills, because it just fits in so much easier on the canvas than trying to place with a plastic one. So that's my tip of the day from diamond painting. I hope you've enjoyed my update, and I'll plan to do this every week as long as I'm making progress. And because this is Salvador Mundi by Da Vinci, and canvas provided by Heaven and Earth Designs, and the drills over here are provided by Diamond Drills USA. They're not provided by. I bought all this, and I'm not sponsored, but really enjoy working with these 2 companies. If you remember last week, I made a baby blanket for my hairdresser, and she's so sweet, so cute. Here's a picture of her right here. She is 25 years old. I asked her, and I thought she was 26. She's 25, having her first baby, 6 months along, and she's really excited about that. So when I gave her the baby blanket, she was very excited, and I asked her if I could take her picture. So here she is. And then I want to show you quickly what I did before I gave her the baby blanket. I'm assembling the baby blanket to give to my hairdresser, and I wanted to show you what I bought at Joann's. This is a box with a metal front on it that snaps closed, and she can use this for baby clothes. Pretty good size. She can use it for baby clothes or putting away baby bottles or anything like that to store in the baby's room. And then this is what it looks like inside. I have tissue paper over the baby blanket, and there it is underneath. I also, let me show you this, I sewed a tag on here that says Handmade with Love by Jeannie Anthony. That's my last name. And a little butterfly there, but I sewed it in kind of tight right under the edging along here. So I sewed it right under there, and I put it on the front so she could see it. And then I placed the paper over that, and then a card for her and her husband. And then I will wrap the box with this blue ribbon. And here it is, all ready to go. I've tied a nice bow on there and just used some blue satin ribbon. This is not it's not taped on so that we won't pull up the face of the box. So I just wanted to show you that before I take it to her today. I'm really excited to be giving this to my sweet little hairdresser. Now let's talk about giveaways. The next giveaway I have, which is today, I'll be selecting some names from last week's video from the random comment picker. So I will be using that, and we will go through and pick winners for these gifts. And this gift, first of all, is the Green Mist Karen funnel cake right there. We have 2 of these to give away. They're full cakes, even though I made a little something and I ripped it out, decided I didn't want it. So both funnel cakes are here. It's almost 1,000 yards of yarn. This is a size 4 yarn, and it's all cotton, so it's perfect for summer. Second of all, 2 skeins of yarn, Vanna's yarn. Very lovely. I love Vanna's yarn. I probably ought to try to make something out of this for the winter time. I love the colors that she uses. They're very, very beautiful. And these are 2 neutrals right here. You can use them together, or you can make something out of each one. I'm hoping that hat pattern would be a 1 skein project, and I think it will be. And I will maybe try to find another one of these somewhere, and I will make a hat from it and see how many yards it takes, exactly how many yards it takes. Depends on what size you make too. But anyway, that's 2 skeins of yarn if you use the word Vanna in your comment. So you'll be in the running for that. And then I have a Frogger finish, and this is with using Zinnia by Barocco. Barocco is the brand. Zinnia is the yarn that I'm using here. This is a beautiful cotton yarn. I really like it, but I already have a vest in this basic color, Flex from Michaels. I'm sure if you've been watching my videos, you know what that is. Anyway, this is what I have done, and this is a Frogger finish. It may even have a mistake in there. I don't know. It might have a mistake. But I'm giving away the stitch marker also on here that shows what size hook I was using, so you will know. I'm giving that away. I believe there are 8 balls of yarn here, and each ball has 125 yards on it, so you'll be fine. You'll have plenty of yarn to make something else or finish this particular Veronica's vest. And all along with that will come the pattern. I will print it off and put it in the bag for you when I send it away. So whoever wanted that had to put the word Zinnia in their comment, and Zinnia will put you in the running for that. So let's turn the camera to the computer and find out who wins these 3 gifts today. Here we are at the computer, and I have written in the word Caron, which is the first gift I'm giving away today. The 2 cakes of Caron funnel cakes, and they're so cute. I really like those. So what I'm going to do is hit continue, and I have the internet address of the video already in there. So I'm going to hit continue, and then it's loading the comments, 166 comments. So we're going to pick a winner for the Caron funnel cakes yarn right here, and that is Mary Rocker. Mary Rocker, you have won the Caron yarn. So exciting about that. Okay, I'm back, and here we are ready to pick the winner for the 2 skeins of Vanna's Choice yarn. And so I already have Vanna written in there on the previous screen, and I'm picking a winner for that. So here is the winner for the Vanna yarn. Her name is Sandra Moore. Sandra Moore, and there's Vanna right there in her comments. So Sandra, you have won. Sandara Moore, if that's how you pronounce it, Sandara or Sandra, I don't know which, but congratulations, and let's move on and pick the winner of the 3rd gift, and that is the Frogger Finish Zinnia yarn and partial Veronica vest and the Veronica vest pattern. So let's pick that person now. Let's move on to the Frogger Finish, and this is for the Veronica vest, and let's continue here. They've loaded in the comments, and there are 174 comments. We're picking a winner for the Frog and Finish Zinnia Barocco yarn, and here we go. The winner is Trudy Delish. Trudy Delish or Delish. There's the word Zinnia in her comment. So Trudy, you have won the Frogger Finish Veronica vest pattern and the yarn, all of that together. So congratulations. Y'all send me your mailing address, and I will get these gifts out to you right away. Congratulations to all our winners. Please send me your address and email it to me, and I will get that right out to you as soon as possible. So now for next week, this is what I'm giving away, a new cross stitch magazine. This is August of 2023, and there are all kinds of patterns in here. First of all, there are summer patterns in here. There are also some patriotic patterns in here, and there are also some Christmas ornaments in here. So I'm going to show you the project page, which is the photo project gallery, they call it in this magazine. And here are some of the things that you can make. Here are the ornaments down here, and then there's some up here as well. Let me find them. There they are, right there. And then you have patriotic things that you can make, look like patriotic ornaments almost. There's a couple of looks like pillows there that you can make. And then all kinds of summer projects. There's summer. Oh, it's so cute. Everything in here is so pretty. And all the patterns are in the magazine, so you don't have to sign up for anything. You don't have to send off for anything. You just enjoy the magazine. And if you don't cross stitch, give it to someone who does. And to be in the running for this, just use the word cross. Now, if you're in the running for this and 2 or 3 others, it doesn't matter. It's the same. You have the same chance of winning as you do if you just sign up for one. So if this is all you want this week, you can just put the word cross in there and you'll be in the running for that. If you want to sign up for everything, you can certainly do that. Just put all the words in there that I ask you and you will be in the running. Now, my second gift is Karen Simply Soft. This is in white, white, white. Beautiful for a baby sweater or something for a baby's baptism. Oh, so beautiful. Really soft, Simply Soft. Everybody loves this yarn, and I do too. I just had some of it left over, and I thought I would give this away. I'm trying to work through my craft room. I don't know how far I'll get, but I'm trying to work through it. So I'm giving away this white. It's a whole skein here, which is, this is all acrylic, by the way, number 4 yarn, and in this is, why don't they tell me on here? I'm thinking they should tell me how many yards. 315 yards. And so I'm giving it also a, looks like about a half of a skein as well. So you'll have plenty to make a baby's sweater or something like that for a little one. So that is the second gift, and the keyword there is Caron, C-A-R-O-N. So use that word in your comment and you'll be in the running for that. Now the third gift, and let me find it here, is some Knit Crate wool, and this is super duper nice. This is merino wool, and honestly I don't have the tag for it, but it looks like a DK weight. That's mostly what I wanted when I ordered from Knit Crate, so I'm pretty sure this might be Malabrigo. I'm not sure. It's one or the other. And again, I don't have the tag for it, but I have rolled it up into a ball, and I don't know how many yards are on this, but it feels like about 100-gram ball. So you can just kind of see what you see there. I think it's enough to make any one thing, small thing that you might want to make. So it's just a beautiful, beautiful yarn. And you could add mohair to this and make it stretch much farther. So just a suggestion. But this is a very nice hand-dyed wool, or you know, Malabrigo. It might be Malabrigo. I don't know which. But beautiful, beautiful yarn. And I'm just going to call this wool, W-O-O-L, W-O-O-L. If you are interested in winning this and using it for something, it's really soft, very, very nice. I have no use for this right now, so I'm just going to bite the bullet and I'm going to give it away. So this will go to a lucky winner next week, and the keyword here is wool, W-O-O-L. Looks like a DK weight, wool. And then last but not least, I'm doing another frog or finish. I'm going through my projects and I'm thinking I will never finish that, so I'm going to give that to someone who might love to finish it. So this is made with Mary Maxim Best Value yarn. This is the neutral ombre. I love this yarn. I've made several things from it. One thing was a cardigan. I showed it last week, so if you're interested, you can pop back and look at that. This is the wool that it's not the wool, it's acrylic, and I'm giving this away along with the frog or finish. And then also with that is another partial skein. There's quite a bit on there, and I've tightened up the yarn band so it doesn't flop around too much. But this is also Best Value Spring Ombre, ordered at the same time, so they're all the same. And here is another partial, so you've probably got at least 2 skeins, maybe close to 3 skeins of the spring, the neutral ombre, and this will go to the winner next week who uses the word Mary in their comment, because this is from Mary Maxim. And then I'm also sending this, which is an open front cardigan, top down, that I tried to make and I just gave up. So I'm going to leave the stitch markers on there and everything. I'm just going to leave it like that. And if you know how to do this, I think it's great. If you don't, that's fine. Just rip it out and use this neutral ombre for something else. You can make a sweater out of that easily. There's plenty there to do a sweater with, and there are 342 yards on a full skein, so you've probably got I don't know, maybe 500 or 600, 700 yards on there. Very, very nice. And it goes so beautifully with black. I love wearing this with black pants or dark charcoal pants. It also has brown and blue. So beautiful. So this is a Frogger finish that will go next week to the person who uses the word Mary in your comments. So be sure to do that when you send a comment back to me on this video. Be sure to write that on there. Now, one more thing I wanted to talk about. This was a gift that I had, I think it was either last week or the week before. I gave away this gift to someone and they did not claim it. So be sure you go back and look at, I think it was 2 videos ago. It might have been the last video. Check the winners to be sure you're not one of the winners, because I think it's someone who watches my channel. I've seen her name in the comments. So be sure you go back and make sure that it might have been you that won all this Vanna's choice yarn. So be sure to go back and take a look at that. I have a reminder to check my YouTube channel for the Annie's Afghan kit number 7. I finished this part of the Afghan. I want to show it to you. I showed you some of it last week on my regular video, but I'm finished with it all together. Now I have to wait for the next kit to come in, but I've sewn in all the ends. I've sewn it all together. Be looking for that Annie's kit number 7. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It is time for hats, so I'll be out with that pattern pretty soon, and maybe another hat to show you next week. I don't know. We'll see what happens over the weekend. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a big thumbs up if you like this video, and also don't forget to leave a comment down below so that you can be entered into the giveaway, or if you just want to say something to me, that's fine too. You don't have to enter any of the giveaways if you don't want to. Now, I hope you join me next time to find out what's on the hook.